So on Sunday, Miss Abbasi, she's a regular mom of two wonderful girls, young girls. She is a graduate student. She goes from San Diego to San Jose. She gets into the airport. She goes through the security. She goes just like anybody else. She goes through the metal detector. No beeps, nothing going on, but she still is selected to be to go through the pat down, which is fine, which is I guess a standard acceptable at this point because of her headscarf. So they do a pat down. She's cleared. Everything is good to go. She goes to the terminal. She gets to the plane. She sits down. She's talking on the phone with Verizon Wireless, trying to update her phone contract or whatever, and the flight attendants, one of the flight attendants, see her pull a pillow. She makes a comment that this is a comfortable pillow, so there's a contact going on too. She is in an approximate time space with her, so she concludes her phone conversation by saying, I got to go, I have to go because of the flight. And she concludes, well, later on, basically the flight doesn't move anywhere. Somebody comes in, introduce themselves as TSA, escorts her out. She meets, outside with, she says, 10 or more people, which were TSA, Southwest Airline people, as well as airport individuals, she assumes. She's taken, no explanation given, except that the flight attendant admitted that she couldn't hear properly, but she heard it's a go. And so she felt uncomfortable, and she felt that she was suspicious, and she felt uncomfortable, and therefore it's, according to them, it's the right of the captain and the crew to decide not to fly with you. So they keep her out. They take her out. The TSA immediately puts her on the next flight without doing any kind of investigation, without questioning her, without going through her personal belongings, nothing, which confirms that she was not a threat. She was really not any suspicious, but it was just somebody didn't feel comfortable with perhaps her attire, perhaps the way she looked, and that's a concern for us. Obviously she was in tears. She reported to us, and we have sent a letter to Southwest Airlines. We have gotten a verbal apology from them. In fact, they did try to apologize to her and gave her a voucher, which she didn't want. She was very angry, understandably so. Anyway, so they kind of gave her a voucher as well. We have requested an investigation on this. We have requested a review of their policy and training, and we have requested that hopefully they will meet with us to resolve this, because we do not want this to happen to anyone. Civil rights are very important to our organization. We do not want anyone's rights to be violated in any way, shape, or form. But we do respect their security concerns. We're all Americans, and we don't want to be flying in any airplane with someone that is not, a friendly, secure person. So anyway, our organization's hope is that we should have solid reasons to take people out of the airplane, rather than just, well, I don't feel comfortable because of the way they look, or the color of their skin, or the religion that they have. So that's our concern, and hopefully that will be resolved soon.
Did she get any looks from that particular flight attendant?
I was told that, you know, she felt that it was kind of a negative stare that she was giving, and I asked specifically. I said, "How would you know?" She said, "You know, I felt it." So I guess there was some kind of connection as she was kind of trying to settle in at her seat.
Was it just this flight attendant, or was it passengers aboard the flight as well?
What I have heard is it was the flight attendant. No passenger have been mentioned yet.
Okay. Has the flight attendant been reprimanded?
At this point, nothing. There's no information. We do not know, and we are hoping that to work with the authorities and also, you know, hopefully the Southwest authorities to make sure that, you know, they at least look into this, investigate it, find out what's going on, what policies are violated, because there are state and federal regulations that are violated here,
so
as well as the aviation codes.
So at the end, you would like Southwest to have a public apology to her?
We need a formal apology, formal written apology to her, number one. We would like them to investigate this issue further to see what was the cause, what triggered the individual or the crew to decide that this individual was quote unquote suspicious and that she was not qualified to fly with them. Number three, that they look into their policies and trainings to see, you know, what went wrong, what was not followed. So, and then hopefully a meeting with us and the client to make sure that, you know, things will not happen to anybody. Miss Abbasi has two beautiful girls, very young, and she does not want this to happen to anybody, specifically to her young daughters.
Will she sue Southwest if nothing's done?
We are hoping that we can resolve this with Southwest Airlines. However, all options are open, and as a civil rights organization, we will stand by not only our community, but the larger public, any American whose rights are being violated in this manner. So options are open. However, we would like to kindly request and remind Southwest that this is an issue that we are gravely concerned about. And let me also add that my heart is in tears to see the direction of America, the negative direction that we're going towards after Peter King's hearing. And as Ms. Abbasi pointed, this incident is a direct consequences of the negative rhetoric and the negative hearings that Mr. Peter King has been pushing for.